Alright, you guys, welcome back to another weekly video where I basically just talk about what I've been up to the last week. For those of you guys that are new here, my name is Will, and I run a small online TCG business called Keone Games. But yeah, I just want to put it out there real quick that I had recorded a video that I don't know how long it was. It was at least probably half an hour or more. And I didn't realize that my phone's storage was full, and I forgot to empty out the trash on my phone. So recording another video. I'm gonna probably keep it shorter. It's already 3 o'clock in the morning. Should be in bed. Trying not to stay up super late like I typically do. But I had just got done packing a bunch of orders. I have more orders over by the door, but I feel like last 5 or 6 hours I got 5 more plain white envelope orders, and then I got one bubble mail order. The bubble mail orders are actually really nice to be getting now, at least on not TCG Player, on Manipool. Any orders above, I believe it's $45, gets free shipping, whereas TCG Player, you have the option of opting for free shipping after 5. I really do like that. So anything in the, I forgot what dollar range. I think it's anything over 13 cards. The buyer actually has to pay $5 for track shipping. But if they hit $45, it's free track shipping. So I feel like there's a lot of buyers that have been ordering at least $45 worth of cards. It's usually not a crazy amount. It's within the $45, $50 range. I think they're adding just enough to their cart to get that free tracked shipping. But I think since I've been on Manipool, and just this week alone, I probably received 5 or 6 of those orders. And I think it's due to me having listed a lot of Karloff Manor and Outlaws of Southern Junction. Those 2 sets I had ripped a lot of boxes for. As you guys at least seen the Outlaws of Southern Junction one. I still need to edit and upload the Karloff Manor one. I think I only show myself opening maybe 40 packs or so. I don't show all the loose boxes I opened this time. I realize that type of content may not be very interesting to you guys. I realized there weren't a lot of views for it, so I feel like videos like this might be a little bit more informative and a little bit more interesting rather than just watching me open up packs, which I feel like a lot of people do these days. So yeah, Manipool's been doing pretty well. I've still been selling some things on TCG Player. It's mainly One Piece that I still sell on there, so it's a lot of playable bulk cards, common, uncommon cards that I'll sell. Every once in a while I will sell those only the best, or I think it's called the best Dawn cards. So a lot of those Dawn cards do sell well still for me. I don't have too much of them, and I need to open up more of my bulk in order to sift those all out and add those to my inventory. But I feel like that's something that I need to do probably, it's not going to be anytime soon. It's going to be months from now. I just have too much Magic that I want to list, and I feel like I can list Magic the quickest, so I'm just trying to widen my Magic inventory. And I think once I dwindle down what I have for Magic, I could focus on the Japanese One Piece again. I have some English One Piece, and I have a ton of Japanese Pokemon. Japanese, English, and Korean Pokemon. But I guess other news is the Gundam TCG. So, sort of quick story. I think last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, whenever, for those of you guys that know, when Gundam and Edge of Eternities was released, I lined up with my cousin to try and get a collector booster box of Edge of Eternities at my local game store. Got there about like 2 hours early, just kind of like hung out and like asked everyone. Like I thought there was gonna be a bigger line because Pokemon lines are normally, God, they were like 50 times longer than like what I saw when I got there. Literally 50 times longer. It's great. Like the Pokemon lines at some of my LGSs are pretty crazy. But there were only like 10 people up there, so I thought like, what's going on? Or is anyone even here for like Magic? So I asked them, you know, like, are any of you guys here for Magic? And they all of them played dumb and was like, what is Magic? And they were all saying that they were there for Gundam. So I thought they were trolling me at first. It turns out that they were actually all there for Gundam. I learned more about the Gundam TCG while I was just kind of hanging out with them and learning about like what the game's even like. I know it's made by Bandai, which is the makers of One Piece as well. Seeing how One Piece does really well right now, I thought, okay, Gundam has the potential of doing well as well. I just don't have a lot of faith when it comes to new TCGs. From my experience and what I've seen, most new TCGs, they might have a lot of hype and they might be super popular when they first come out, but they typically fizzle out within the first like year or two. So I'll be interested to see how Gundam does. So I was able to pick up one collector booster box of Edge of Eternities because I was the first person that had bought it in that like queue of people. I was able to get like a promo card. I forgot, it was one of the board wipe cards. I think it was only worth like a few bucks, but it was still kind of cool to get that promo card. So that's how I found out that everyone in front of me, I think I was number like 13. So the 12 people in front of me basically all bought Gundam. So I was very surprised. My cousin also bought Gundam. We only had a choice of either buying Gundam or Edge of Eternities. You couldn't buy both. I thought because there were two separate games, they would allow you to buy like one box each, but I guess they were like limited on both boxes, so they were only allowing people to buy either one, which is super strange. I don't get it, but it was just like, I didn't feel bad at the time because I knew if I were to buy into Gundam at, I forgot what price they were selling them for. I think they were selling them at MSRP, so like $120. I knew that even at buying it at MSRP, like at least for me, it felt like it was going to be a risk because I knew nothing about the game. It was going to be like a very blind buy. So fast forward a bit, cousin has been like looking into Gundam a lot more. He's been like asking me to, like, if I can come along with him and buy some, like, as a second person, buy my share or buy my limit if I go with him of like Gundam product. And it's typically like loose booster packs or like starter decks. So I did that with him about like 3 times or so. And during those times, like sometimes he would open up like the loose packs if they were selling loose packs. And I was seeing some of the hits that he was getting. And I was like looking them up on TCG Player. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, how are these cards going for this much? The game just released. I don't even see cards going for that much when it comes to Magic. Like, I feel like every other pack or every 3 to 4 packs, you will hit a card that's in that like $30-$40 plus range. It was like last Friday when he asked me if I wanted to go again, to go to another LGS to pick up more Gundam stuff. And this time I was like, yes, I will go with you, but this time I want to buy stuff for myself and I want to try and open some product for myself and see what I can get. The LGS we went to, they only had loose booster packs that you can buy a limit of 3 of. I bought my 3 for $5 each, so $15 total before tax. Opened up my 3-packs, and I think I got 2 LRs, which is the highest rarity in Gundam, and I think both cards were over $30 each. So I had more than probably quadrupled my money just from those 2 cards out of those 3 packs. We were getting ready to leave. They were supposed to have an event after they had that sale. My cousin had registered for it, but he said that there were like 20 people ahead of him in the wait list. But he thought he'd ask anyways. Found out that because we were there in person, that we could potentially get in because a lot of people didn't show up for whatever reason. I wasn't planning on staying and like waiting for him in that event, but after opening up those good cards, I was like, maybe I will enter the event as well, because it was a sealed event where you get 4 booster packs. The total price was $25 before tax to enter in the event. So calculation wise, I figured it would be, $6.25 to enter the event. $6.25 per pack to enter the event. So I was like, what harm can there be? I'll learn the game on the fly. If it's anything like Magic, I can maybe pick it up. Found out that it was nothing like Magic at all. There's very little about the game that's like Magic. It's very different than Magic. Opened up even like more cool cards, but like I had no idea how to make a deck, like what the curve of Gundam should be. Can you like mix and match like colors, because there's like 4 different colors in Magic. Like how many units compared to, oh god, what are they all called? They're like pilots and bases and command cards, which are like sorcery kind of type cards. Pilots are like enchantments when it comes to like Magic. Like what the balance is between all the cards. I ran out of time fairly quickly because I entered in the event late, because I had to like register for the event through the Bandai app, which I didn't have. So I think you were given something like 30 minutes typically to make a deck. I probably had a little over 20 minutes to throw a deck together. I think by the time they called time, I only had like half of the deck kind of picked out. So the last half of the deck, I just kind of shoved an extra like 15 cards in my deck and just called it good and decided to play with that. First opponent kicked my ass because I was learning just like the base like mechanics of the game. I didn't know how to attack, how to block. Even like in your like on like my playmat, they let me borrow like a playmat there. Like in your what is it called? Like your zone, like you're on your board. I had like no idea like where does your deck go or supposed to go, where does your graveyard go. I guess there's like a base card, you have like shields, and then you have like a spot for what do they call it? Is it like energy? I don't know what it's called. I know they're like Dawn cards in like One Piece, but it's like the same thing. You have like 10 of them, and every turn, kind of like Hearthstone, you get like an extra like energy card in order to like summon or cast your units and pilots and everything. So like I didn't know any of that. So I fully expected I was gonna lose after playing my opponent. It was like a best of 1 match. I realized he was a little bit of a try-hard. Like even telling him that I was like completely new and that like I was going to lose and I was probably just gonna give him the win anyways, even if like we kind of like went into a draw, which we did. Even though I was making like mistakes and like not seeing a lot of things because I didn't understand the mechanics of the game, he wouldn't like let me take things back. So like I would attack into like something and then he'd like block with his like bigger thing because it has like a pilot attached to it, and it's really like this. It's AP and HP is really like this amount and not as low as I thought it'd be. He wouldn't like let me take stuff like that back. So I was just like, whatever, dude. Like I'm here to just like play for fun, but you're taking this like sealed event all seriously. So I was like, okay, whatever. Went to my second match. Second guy was a lot more cool. He kind of like explained like things to me more better. Like if he were to attack me and I had like a block, he would tell me like it's probably better if you like block with this unit rather than this one, or it might be good if you like do this. So he gave me a lot of like suggestions on how to actually play the game, which I really appreciated. That game was a little bit closer. He went 0-1 as well, and I had a 0-1 record. But in the end, he ended up beating me. The prize pool for the event was everyone got a participation promo, and we also got like one of those Gundam like deck boxes, it's actually fairly nice. But I think if you go undefeated, you get 2 promo cards. So it wasn't like the prizes were that good. They couldn't give out booster packs because there's no product out there. It's crazy right now. It kind of reminds me of like Warcana when it first came out. Booster packs are just really hard to get. They don't even have enough booster packs to like run more events now. So that event that I went to was the last event that they could run for like a sealed event. I thought it would have been really cool if they had like more sealed events, or I don't even know if Gundam will have like drafts. Like, are there going to be draft events? Because I think that would be like a lot of fun to do. Ended up forfeiting my last round because I knew my deck was really bad. Decided to like kind of sit off to the side and like look at my deck while my cousin played, because he was 2-0, so he was doing really well. So he was kind of going into the last round trying to go 3-0 to then get that extra promo pack that we got. But I realized about 8 to 9 of the cards in my deck were actually really bad, and I could have made a much better deck. I still think my sealed pool wasn't that great, but I would have been able to make a much better deck now that I had played, 2 opponents, played 2 games, and I got to play with the cards, understand the mechanics of how the game works. The way I rated cards were similar to like how I would rate Magic cards, but the games are very different, I realize. And Gundam reminds me a little bit more of like Hearthstone, in the way like you can attack or the way you like take damage and such. But yeah, Gundam was a lot of fun. I sold most of my Gundam cards already on TCG Player. At least most of my $5 and up cards. It's probably even like all of my $2 and up cards. I spent about $40 for those 7 packs before taxes, so about like $44 in total. And I'm pretty sure I've already had more than like $100 in the sales just from the handful of like Gundam cards that I've sold. So it's a very high EV for like those booster packs, but it's only because I got them for $5 each, which is MSRP. I think market price right now is about $9 to $10 a pack, but if I could get more packs at like $5 each, I would definitely like rip more, because I'm surprised how well Gundam is selling right now and how much interest there is in the game. Even like at the event, I think they had 6 or 7 tables of 8. So what, about 56 players or so in that event. I feel like when I go to like Magic drafts or Magic sealed events, they're even not that big at that same store sometimes. So it's kind of crazy how many people actually showed up to that. So Gundam is definitely a TCG I'm probably gonna like keep my eye out on. Other things have happened. Sales have been pretty good overall. I think I talked about like how Manipool's been doing well. I'm starting to think of maybe trying to sell on Card Trader. They have something kind of like TCG Direct as well. I spoke to someone in like a Zoom meeting to get like a little bit more information on it. Their fees seem really low, and I feel like there's kind of a catch to the whole system because it seems like it works exactly like TCG Direct, essentially, but with the fees being a fraction of the cost. I think it was like something like 8 to 9% in fees. So it's something I'm going to look into, just probably not right now because I feel like I have like other priorities that I need to like take care of in like my personal life and like within like the business as well. But I would like to get on some sort of like direct system, and Card Trader seems like it could be a good option. I just don't hear people talking about it, so it makes me a little hesitant because of that. It seems like, you know, like anyone that has like bought or sold cards before has either done it like on TCG Player or like maybe like Card Kingdom, but or eBay, I guess. But no one really does it on Card Trader, and I feel like Card Trader is Europe's version of TCG Player. So I'm not sure if US sellers have never really thought about doing Card Trader because they know it's a European company, but what I found out is you can still sell on Card Trader as a US seller because I think the way it works, from my understanding, is European buyers will buy stuff from you, and then like once a week you send them an RI. What does it stand for again? Like a reimbursement inventory. So once a week, you send them however many cards like all the cards that you basically sold. You ship it to a U.S. hub here in the U.S. And from there, I think they kind of just check the cards real quick, make sure they're the cards that you say that they were, and then they ship it to Europe, basically. So I guess like that's how they do it. I don't know how they're able to charge as low of fees as they do, especially when they're having to ship all these cards to Europe. But yeah, it's something I'm definitely going to be like looking into. Sales wise, or like things that I have bought, they haven't arrived yet, but I bought. I think Amazon had a sale for those Edge of Returns collector booster boxes. I think they were $300 each. I got the max of 6 of them. A lot of people were a bit hesitant when it came to buying them because I felt like a lot of people just didn't feel like the price of $300 was a good price for them. I know you could get them a lot cheaper if you pre-ordered them months ago, but this is like released now. I know supposedly the set is underprinted. Play boosters, the last I checked about a week ago, they were going for like $130. I know the day that the Amazon sale happened, on actual Edge of Eternity's release day, which was the 1st of August or something, the price of those collector booster boxes did dip and drop down to $330. So I did get scared. I thought, okay, I know the market is just being flooded now with like all sellers trying to unload their Edge of Eternity's collector booster boxes. The people that got them for like $220 or $230, they're now trying to flip it quickly in order to get their money back and like resell it. So I knew that the price of those boxes would drop, but I wasn't sure how long it would take for it to go back up to $400, because I think before the release date it was about like $420. I think when I checked earlier this afternoon, it was already above 400. But yeah, it only took about a day for it to go from like 330 to about like 380, 400 again. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep that order. That order isn't supposed to arrive until like later this month. I don't know why it's taking this long to ship, but I believe that those boxes are going to just continue to climb up. I think the art cards for the for Edge of Eternities is really beautiful. I feel like it has a lot of good value. Like even in the play boxes, opening up all those shock lands, there are other cards in like the $20, $30, $40 range that are pretty valuable. So I feel like the EV for the box is pretty good. I know I have 6 boxes coming from Rudy. I'm trying to remember if I have any more boxes coming anywhere else. I still have like my big thing of boxes, and I probably need to create like a box opening video. I got like a bunch of like other boxes like coming in as well that I do need to open, but I'm just trying to figure out if I want to like use like this current setup that I have with a phone mount to like record it all, or if I want to still buy that like neck phone mount to kind of give you guys like a POV style like video of like me opening up each box and essentially showing you like what is in each box rather than like holding it in one hand with my phone and box cutter in another one and trying to like cut the box with one hand and open up the box and then pull out the product. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't think it's been really anything else that I bought. I've been trying to limit my buying. I'm probably going to slow down my buying quite a bit. I realize I've been buying too much product and I really need to focus on selling rather than like looking for deals and spending my money. So I'm definitely spending a lot more than I'm buying a lot more than I'm selling, and I want to focus more on selling. I feel like that needs to be like my focus for the rest of the year is sort, list, sell, or open product, sort, sell, like list. Like I just need to do that like on repeat for the next like few months. But yeah, those are like the only real things that have happened in like the last week or so. My Final Fantasy Costco boxes haven't really been selling. I think I sold one in like the last one deck in like the last like 2 weeks. I think the market of Final Fantasy Commander decks is just being flooded right now in the market because of like those Costco bundles, and I heard that there was like a reprint as well. So yeah, the Commander decks aren't selling as well. It's a little bit scary having bought so many of them, and now I'm just like sitting on them. I opened up 15 of those Commander 15 of those Commander decks, the limit break ones, and I'm trying to sell the singles for them, but the singles surprisingly haven't been selling, and I don't know if I just maybe have them priced too high on Manipool. I need to like reprice my inventory and try to like lower my prices a bit in order to stay a little bit more competitive, because yeah, I need to start moving those Final Fantasy Commander decks much more quickly. I don't know how much I actually spent in them. It's quite a bit. Like I still have quite a bit of them sealed. Like I have some like behind me and I have some up on my shelf still, and yeah, it's a lot of boxes. The Pokemon stuff I feel a little bit more comfortable sitting on like longer term, but even like that stuff I think I'm going to start to slowly sell. Like my 151 stuff, like the Blooming Waters and the Costco like 151 tins. They're probably going to keep climbing, but I know at least like during the holiday season, so like for Black Friday, like November and December, I'm going to try and sell some of them just to bring some money back in. So I'm just not sitting on so much product, because kind of like running out of space here at home as well. So I'd like to diversify my inventory and actually see some like bigger numbers when it comes to sales, not the kind of sales I was getting before where I was just selling. I feel like most of my orders were like $1 or under because they were just buying like a playset of like some bulk cards. But yeah, I will try to keep you guys updated on a weekly basis again. There's nothing else I can think of that has happened. I'm trying to remember like what I've already talked about, just because I'm recording this video a second time. I cannot remember if I spoke about me cutting my finger. I know I did in my first video. I don't remember if I talked about it in my second video, but yeah, if I didn't, I'll probably talk about it in another video. But yeah, me slicing my finger back in April, it was one of the reasons why I kind of stopped working on the business as well, just because I didn't have full functioning of my left hand. But yeah, maybe that might have to be another video. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.